I'm 24, curled up in a hospital supply closet, sobbing so hard my chest hurts. My baby girl just took her first steps, and I missed it because I was stuck working a 12-hour night shift. Everyone around me, coworkers, family, even my own inner voice, kept saying I was failing as a mother, as a nurse, as a woman. But 5 years later, my daughter looks up at me, grabs my stethoscope, and says, "Mommy, I want to be like you." If you've ever felt crushed by guilt or judged for not being enough, stick around. This is the story of how I fought back against the doubters and won in a way they never saw coming. Hey everyone, I'm Sarah, 30 years old, living in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm a nurse and a proud single mom. Today, I'm sharing my raw, real-life story, the exhaustion, the guilt, the judgment, and the sweet, sweet victory that came after. If you've ever been underestimated or felt like you're drowning while everyone watches, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into this journey together. Trust me, you'll be cheering by the end. Let's rewind to 2019. I was 24, a new mom, holding my daughter Lily in my arms for the first time. Her tiny fingers curled around mine, her soft coos filling the hospital room, and I thought, this is it. This is everything I dreamed of. Growing up in a small North Carolina town, I'd always wanted to be a mom. My own mother used to braid my hair while telling stories of raising me and my brother, and I'd imagine my own kids one day, picturing story time and homemade cookies. But nobody, not my mom, not my friends, not the parenting books, warned me how hard it would actually be. Lily was perfect, but motherhood, overwhelming, doesn't even cover it. Sleepless nights blurred into days. I'd rock her at 3 a.m., her cries piercing the quiet, my eyes burning from exhaustion. The laundry piled up like a mountain, spit up stained onesies, burp cloths, my scrubs for work. I'd breastfeed, change diapers, clean bottles, repeat, all while my body ached, still healing from childbirth. My husband, Mike, tried to help, but he worked construction, long hours under the sun, coming home sweaty and drained. "I got her tonight," he'd say, but by 10 p.m., he'd be passed out, and I'd be alone again, pacing with Lily, whispering, "Please sleep, baby, please." Then came the real gut punch. I had to go back to work when Lily was just 3 months old. I was a nurse in the ER at Raleigh General, 12-hour shifts, sometimes 16 if we were short-staffed. The hospital was chaos, beeping monitors, patients shouting, doctors barking orders. I'd run from room to room, checking vitals, comforting scared families, making split-second decisions that could save or lose a life. But every second, my mind was on Lily. Is she okay at daycare? Did I pack enough bottles? At home, I'd collapse onto the couch, Lily fussing in my arms, and worry about my patients. Did I miss something on Mr. Thompson's chart? The guilt was a constant weight, like a stone in my chest. I felt torn in two, failing as a nurse, failing as a mom. The antagonist in this story wasn't just one person. It was a chorus of voices, real and internal, tearing me down. My head nurse, Karen, was the worst. She was in her 50s, sharp-tongued, with a knack for making you feel small. "Sarah, you're distracted," she'd snap when I checked my phone for daycare updates. "If you can't handle the job, maybe you shouldn't be here." Her words stung, like needles under my skin. I'd bite my lip, nod, and keep going, but inside, I was screaming, "I'm trying so hard." Then there was my mother-in-law, Linda, who'd visit and sigh dramatically at the messy house. In my day, we managed without daycare, she'd say, lips pursed, eyeing the dishes in the sink. Maybe you're not cut out for this, Sarah. Even Mike, bless him, would sometimes mutter, can't you just quit? We'd figure it out, but we couldn't. We needed my income. Those words piled up, each one a brick in a wall of doubt. You're not enough. You're failing Lily. You're failing everyone. The low point hit when Lily was 15 months old. I was on a night shift, exhausted. When daycare called, Lily had a fever. I begged Karen to let me leave early. We're slammed, Sarah. Handle it later, she said, not even looking up from her clipboard. I stayed, heart racing, imagining my baby crying for me. When I finally got to her, she was fine, but the next day, I missed her first steps. Daycare sent a grainy video, Lily wobbling across the rug, giggling. I watched it in the hospital supply closet, surrounded by boxes of gauze, tears streaming down my face, my chest tight with sobs. I'm the worst mother alive. Later, I forgot to pack her diaper bag properly, no spare clothes. Daycare called again, exasperated. Sarah, you need to get it together, the worker said. I apologized, voice shaking, but inside, I was spiraling. Why can't I do this? Everyone else manages. What's wrong with me? The judgment kept coming. At a family barbecue, Linda cornered me. You're never home, Sarah. Lily needs her mother, not strangers at daycare. My own mom chimed in. Maybe cut back your hours. Motherhood comes first. I wanted to scream. I'm trying to provide for her. At work, Karen pulled me aside after I mixed up two patients' charts. A small mistake, no harm done, but her voice was ice. If motherhood's too much, maybe nursing isn't for you. My hands clenched, nails digging into my palms. I love my job. I love my daughter. Why does it feel like I have to choose? The turning point came one night when Lily was 2. I was home, bone-tired, folding laundry while she slept. Mike was working late again. I sat on the floor, surrounded by tiny socks, and broke. Tears fell onto a onesie, my breath hitching. I can't keep doing this. I'm failing her. I'm failing me. But then, a spark. A stubborn, angry spark. No, I'm not the problem. They are. The ones judging. The ones setting impossible standards. I thought of Lily's big brown eyes, her giggle when I tickled her. She deserves a mom who fights. That night, I decided I'd prove them wrong. Not just survive, thrive. For Lily, for me, revenge wasn't a single act. It was a slow, deliberate rebuild. First, I leaned on other moms. Found a local group online. Working moms, single moms, all juggling the same chaos. At the first meeting, in a coffee shop smelling of espresso and muffins, I poured out my story. They nodded, shared their own. Forgotten lunches, missed recitals, judgmental in-laws. Give yourself grace, one said, squeezing my hand. Grace. I clung to that word. I started routines, meal prepping on Sundays, a diaper bag checklist taped to the fridge. At work, I set boundaries. When Karen snapped, I'd respond calmly, I'm doing my best. Let's focus on the patients. Her eyes narrowed, but I held my ground, heart pounding. I studied for certifications during Lily's naps, coffee my lifeline. Applied for a promotion to charge nurse. Better hours, better pay. Karen scoffed when I told her, you're barely keeping up. Her smirk fueled me. I aced the exam, Got the job. The first shift as charge nurse. I walked into the ER. Scrubs crisp. Head high. Karen's face sour as she reported to me. Good work today, I said, voice steady. Her jaw twitched. Oh, that felt good. At home, I focused on presence over perfection. No more chasing Pinterest-worthy crafts or spotless floors. Instead, I'd dance with Lily to silly pop songs, her laughter echoing. We'd read Goodnight Moon under a blanket fort, her head on my chest, my heart full. Mike and I worked on us too, date nights, honest talks. He started pulling more weight, baths, bedtime stories. Slowly, the guilt eased. I wasn't failing. I was balancing. The payoff came when Lily was 5. I'd been promoted again, now a nurse supervisor, training new hires. My name was on a plaque. Sarah Mitchell, Excellence in Leadership. At a hospital gala, I was invited to speak. Me, the distracted nurse Karen once belittled. I stood at the podium, lights bright, Lily in the audience with Mike, her little dress sparkling. I'm a nurse, I'm a mom, and I've been told I couldn't be both, I said, voice clear. But here I am, proving him wrong. The crowd clapped, Lily waving wildly. Karen was there, in the back, arms crossed, face tight. Later, she approached, voice clipped. Nice speech. I smiled. Thanks. I learned from the best, and then did better. Her eyes widened, stunned. That moment, her shock, my calm triumph, was electric. Then, the sweetest part. Lily, now 5, started mimicking me. She'd grab my stethoscope, drape it around her neck, and check her teddy bear's heartbeat. Mommy, I want to be like you, she said one day, sitting on my lap, her curls tickling my chin. My throat tightened, eyes stinging. All those nights of doubt, all the judgment, it melted away. Linda, who'd once criticized my every move, saw it too. At a family dinner, she watched Lily play nurse, then looked at me, eyes soft for once. You're doing good, Sarah, she said quietly. No apology, but I didn't need one. Her respect was enough. My mom, too, started bragging to her friends. My Sarah's a supervisor and an amazing mom. The doubters were silenced, not by me yelling, but by me winning. The ultimate revenge, living well. My career soared, speaking gigs, mentoring young nurses. At home, Lily and I built a life of joy. Park picnics, painting her nails pink, her giggles filling our small apartment. We'd moved out for space after Mike and I amicably separated, co-parenting smoothly. I'd look in the mirror at 30 tired eyes, sure, but strong. I'm enough. This journey taught me something. The harshest critics, whether it's a boss, family, or your own doubts, don't define you. You do. Revenge isn't always about tearing someone down. Sometimes it's about building yourself up so high they can't touch you. I showed Lily what resilience looks like, and that's my victory. What's yours? Have you ever turned judgment into fuel? Wow, that was a ride, right? If this story hit you in the feels or made you fist pump for justice, smash that like button. Let's get it to 15,000. Drop in the comments. Have you ever been underestimated as a parent or in your career? How do you prove them wrong? Your stories inspire others, so share them. And please, subscribe and hit that bell for more real-life tales of triumph. Thanks for watching. You're amazing, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. See you next time.